Unemployment actually significantly impacts people's mental health and self-esteem. To look at it like, let's say the loss of a job can lead to a lot of feelings, different feelings from inadequacy, anxiety, depression, grief and loss, which are all valid feelings a person might go through and experience. So if you look currently in Namibia with the unemployment rate, which has risen to 36.9%, we have to look at this economic strain on people individually and how that affects their mental health, because people now have to look at even trying to get basic necessities, not being able to meet your own basic needs or necessities. Leads to a lot of feelings of depression, anxiety of where's my next meal coming from? How am I able to get taxi or to go print the CV? How am I able to meet these expectations? And that actually can lead to depression, to suicide ideation, because people are experiencing strain and financial instability, and this loss or perceived loss can then lead to a loss of feeling like they have purpose, and that then just continues the cycle. So yes, from a counseling perspective, this affects people's emotional and mental health a lot. And then there's also, when we look at it, we have to look at the stigma associated with it, with mental health. There's a lot of stigma associated with it. And then the feelings of you're not doing enough, or people around you looking at, are you doing enough to get employment? Are you applying? Are you really doing this? So then there's that added pressure onto individuals to still to say that, oh, I'm maybe not doing enough. I should be doing ABC to meet this. So it can erode people's self-worth and mental health, and then this can also lead to social withdrawal or a overall decline, because remember, if you are emotionally and mentally not feeling well or unwell, this then leads into your physical well-being, where you just also do not know how to take care of yourself physically. So yes, it's a whole cycle.
Yeah. So what are perhaps some of the early indications that someone is struggling mentally due to job loss or lack of employment opportunities?
There's a lot of feelings around that that people might be experiencing, and it's not always going to be the same. But I would say the constant feeling of sadness, like that constant feeling of sadness or that void, or even an overwhelming feeling which you are not sure what exactly you are feeling. As a person, you cannot identify, are you sad, are you grieving, are you angry? So it can be that. And it can also be irritation, that sense of you just feel irritated at everything and anything. You feel your buttons are being pushed very easily or very fast, or constant feeling of anger, wanting to just be angry, because you're not angry at yourself, you're also not angry at the world, but there's this anger within you that you do not know how to manage. And then there's this sense of helplessness as a person. This can then, because of all these feelings and these anxieties that are within, that are not able, that you're not manifesting in the right way, sometimes it then goes into the sleeping patterns, your energy levels. It also comes into how you eat. Sometimes people eat more, sometimes they eat less. This then goes into your social circle, like you start withdrawing from, let's say, the people closest to you, and then it becomes from your friends, social withdrawal, and then it goes into just feeling at a loss, whether it's you lose your passion, your interest, things that you used to interest you, that you're passionate about, you just do not care anymore. So it's this withdrawal from different aspects and the loss of interest and likes. So yes, there's all these different symptoms that can play a role. So you have to know as a person, what am I withdrawing from? How is my sleeping patterns? How is my eating patterns? What are the changes that you are going through as an individual? Because from individual to individual, it will look different.
Interesting indeed. So what coping strategies would you recommend to unemployed individuals facing stress and hopelessness?
Coping strategies. So it is, I would say, coping looks different for different people. It comes back to who are you and what are you interested about? What are you passionate about? And then going back to when you are mentally or emotionally stable. I don't usually want to use the word stable, but when you felt emotionally and mentally fine or in a good space, what was it that was driving you? What was that driving force for you? So go towards that. Go back, look at what was that, and how do you get back to that? And then also look at physically, what are the physical activities that actually gives you energy. For some people it can be exercising, it can be yoga, it can be walking, it can be running, it can be listening to music. What is that? Do a bit more of that, and then also go into eat healthy, not eat too much, not eat too little, but look at eating healthy and also getting back into your passions. One thing I've realized with people is as people, we are interconnected. So we always want that connection with other people. Try to connect, whether it's from a close friend with a stranger, or through volunteering or through services. Just try to find something that connects you with a human touch, with a human energy. And if you see that, okay, you've tried all these avenues, or you are trying to get back to who you were into that space and it's not working, then I would say look for professional assistance from counselors, therapists, psychologists. And I know not everyone can afford that. So there are free counseling services where you can then talk. There's a Lifeline Childline which is offering free counseling services. Maybe you just need to vent. Do that. We also offer free counseling services, but we don't have a slot fee. However, we are available at centers. So reach out, find out where can you go for free counseling or talk to someone for free, and then do that, because really these are challenging times. So we need the empowerment. All individuals need that empowerment and to know that someone is actually actively listening to them. So yes, I would say there could be some type of coping strategies I would advise.
So, talking of counseling, there is what is called career counseling. What role does career counseling play in helping young people find direction and motivation despite the job market challenges?
Yes. So, thank you for that question. Career counseling is actually very important in guiding ourselves, our identities, our strengths, our interests, what our potential is. I know so many times we look at those guided careers that are already placed out for us, from earlier, like, everyone needs to become either an accountant, a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor. So we have those clear career paths that is already predetermined, or that most parents want their children to hopefully pursue, okay? So when it comes to career counseling, it looks at what are your strengths, what are your interests, what are you passionate about, where do you actually find joy, like what is it that you can do the whole day and not feel like you actually work. And we also have to know, with career counseling, when we look at the current challenges and current opportunities, what is it that you're passionate about that is unconventional right now that you can actually go and do without much of, let's say, you cannot do a full-time degree. So how do you then take your current passion, your current interest, and then look at that for long-term, into developing that long-term into a career? So with career counseling, you look at the opportunities and your passions and your strengths and how that can then create alternative opportunities. Let's say through entrepreneurship or vocational training, or aligning your current skills with current market demands. And then that can guide you and also, in a way, create motivation and look at a proactive approach to it, an alternative career that you would not have thought is actually conventional. And I just hope that everyone, we know currently with unemployment, there's all those emotions that we are going through. So I would say that to just take the time off, we might be off already, but take the time to just self-reflect and redirect ourselves.